Don't stop laughing. Chioma, laugh. Lie down on your back. Twice lie on the floor and laugh. Do not stop laughing. Joshua, don't look at me, laugh. Laugh until you cough out. That's fine by me. Laugh.
I can't take it. Okay. I'm coughing.
I said laugh. Cough and laugh. Off your feet. Some of us can't even laugh at all. Some directors do have them. Laugh. Your back. Laugh. No break. Laugh and enjoy yourself. Okay now, laugh. Okay now, laugh. Put your hands by your side and laugh.
Like this before.
I didn't tell you to talk. I am asking you to laugh. Laugh. Enjoy yourself, please, and laugh. Laugh, oh! Laugh. I can't hear you laugh. If you are coughing, that means you are not laughing. Is that how to laugh? Richie, you're not laughing, or Richie's not laughing.
Oh my God.
Can we come back?
Oh my God.
You can unmute your phone. You can mute your phones now. Okay. Please, can we see you? Don't hide yourself. I will tell you when you need to hide yourself. Don't hide the video. Please come out. Joshua, you can stand up now. Right. I'm going to ask you a very dumb thing. How did you feel laughing? Choice Adobo. Unmute and speak. Unmute yourself, Choice.
I feel like a burden has been lifted off my shoulder.
That the world is lifted on your shoulder.
I feel like a burden has been lifted off my shoulder. I feel light. I feel better.
Oh, did you feel anything around your diaphragm?
Yes.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
Of course.
How did you feel, Joshua? Could you unmute, please? Could you mute, please, when you finish speaking?
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Yeah. How did you feel?
Okay, I feel a little pain, like below me, at my diaphragm.
That means you have not been laughing in your life.
I've been laughing.
You've been laughing. Okay. What do you think laughing does to you, Dixon? What do you think laughing has done to you?
Okay, for myself right now, I feel real lighter and I can breathe well, and I'm real hydrated. I'm happy right now. Yeah.
Very good, very good, very good. This is very interesting. He said he can breathe well and he's excited, happy. And that's one thing that we actually take for granted in what we do. But we're going to make it more exciting now. We're going to make it more exciting. I enjoy listening to somebody a lot. I just need you, whatever kind of mood that you are in, okay, whatever kind of mood that you are in, I need you to just listen to this song and tell me how it doesn't matter, but just listen to this song and we'll go from there. It's some of us, well, aside from Dixon, I'm sure Dixon must have heard the song, but let's see how it goes. Can you hear me? If you want to do anything, please dance to it. Don't be afraid. Dance, dance, dance. I need you to dance, so I didn't say you should dance to it. Dance to the music. Ujaku, your head is moving. Dance to it. Move your body. Stand up and dance. Stand up and dance. Richie is dancing on the mattress. That's interesting. Gift. Let me tell you something very interesting. This is about screen acting. If you're on stage, you can actually control the audience. But on screen, it's difficult because you do not know when they are watching you. You can only anticipate it. And just with that alone, I say dance. You can see, because you now realize that people are watching you, what happens to you? Shy? What happens to you? The excitement suddenly downs? What happens to you? Where did you go to? Where was your mind? So sometimes we begin to think that how can we incarnate, for instance, a role? How can we just be? The mail I sent to you, I said, stay in a space where you're comfortable with, where you can move around. Strangely, if you can't move around in your own environment, how can you move around in another environment, a given circumstance? In another environment that the writer has created for you. So you need to now begin to look at the reality of where you work, the environment. This is just the beginning now where you've laughed and you haven't laughed well because you're laughing from your belly rather than from your diaphragm. And so every morning when you wake up, the biggest exercise that you can probably get is to just laugh. Is to just laugh. I know it's been a sad day for artists all over the world because of Wakanda, but just imagine the guy living through life for 4 years with colon cancer. He probably was a better actor in real life, acting out his pains and sorrows quietly. So let's begin to think about that as we begin this moment today. Words don't count here. It's about words don't count. If there's a way you can put your phone comfortably so that your hands are free, I need you to think about this right now. Just put your phone somewhere where you can. Okay. Now, the beauty about, I hope I'm strong enough. The beauty about the camera, which is what you always think that it's looking at you. It probably is looking at your shoes or your hands. But the most important thing for the camera is this: your eyes. What do they reveal? What do they tell? What do your eyes say? So, but imagine this: a V. So that's a V. And the camera is like that. So if this is the angle, if you can see me, anything between here and here, left to right, as much as possible, maintain it. So I can go this way to the right and this way to the left. But I can't use this to cover myself. Always my eyes to the camera, because my eyes speak a lot. My eyes tell a lot. My eyes convey a lot. My eyes can betray me. You can do every other thing with your hands, but it's actually the composure of your eyes that actually excites, as it were. Actually, the composure of your eyes. I use the word very strongly, composure. I use the word very strongly, composure. Your eyes. They say you have a poker face. They can only say that because your eyes are open. If they are closed, nobody would see. And you know how it feels like when you're in front of someone and you want to find out if the person is telling the truth, the right thing. It's always the eyes that you look to. Except you want to smell the person, but it's still the eyes. Let's go to something else that is more interesting. And what is that? It is the manner in which we speak to our eyes. The manner in which we speak to our eyes. Are you comfortable with your language? What language do you dream in? First of all, I'm going to go from every time on gallery. There are 5 non-participants. Please. Okay. So Chioma, Gift, Ibukun, Dixon, Richie, Joy, Sandra, Joyce, Joshua, Buki. We're going to go from that angle and just unmute and then speak. What language do you dream in? Chioma, what language do you dream in?
It's funny, but it's Korea. Korea.
Which Korea?
The Korea.
Korea, as in South Korea. Do you understand the language?
Small.
Seriously? Please, can you speak it for... Okay, please. Were you born there?
No.
Okay. Can I hear you say, welcome to this Zoom class in Korea?
You're welcome.
Who welcome?
I can only say welcome.
Okay, say welcome.
Osio
Osio.
Yes.
Okay. Gift. You can unmute. You can mute now. Gift. Let's see your face so we can't see you. Let's hear you. Unmute yourself. Gift, unmute yourself. Yeah.
I've done that.
Yes. So what language do you dream in?
French.
French.
Yes.
Okay. French.
Yes, I don't know it much.
So you don't know it much. Okay. Okay. We'll come back to it. So tell us something in French.
Okay. Comment ça va?
Ça va bien, merci. Tu comprends français?
Et vous?
Tu comprends français?
Hein?
Tu comprends français?
Comment tu t'appelles?
Je m'appelle
Comment tu
Israël.
t'appelles?
Je m'appelle Israël.
Je m'appelle Wilkos.
Voilà. Okay. Ibuku.
Voilà.
Please, can you mute now? Ibuku. We can't hear you.
English.
English. Tell us something in English. Tell us something in English. Hello. Tell us something in English.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you? I'm fine. And you? Okay. Michael Dixon.
Yes.
Please, can you?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. What language do you dream in? Don't tell me Swahili.
Yeah, it's it's Swahili in my local language, Marira.
It's Swahili, Marira. That's what you dream in. Okay.
Yeah, Swahili and Marira. Which do I use?
You dream in two languages. Okay. Okay.
Swahili, right?
Okay. So tell us welcome in Swahili.
Karibuni sana. Karibuni sana.
Asante sana.
That's beautiful.
Richie. Hello, Uncle Richie. Yeah, what language do you dream in? Richie Patricks.
Yes, sir. I think I do English and Hausa.
You think you're not settled yet, right? Okay. When we come back, so in that you think, tell us welcome.
Sanuku Dezoa.
Now I get it. Thank you very much. Joy. Joy Braid. What language you dreaming?
English.
Turn your phone.
Sorry.
What language you dreaming?
English.
So tell us welcome.
Welcome.
Okay. Oh, that's in English is welcome, eh? I tell you now welcome. Choice.
Hear you.
Yeah.
Can hear you, sir.
What language do you dream in?
I dream in English language, sir.
Yes, I'm here. I can hear you. English, sir.
In English. So
The
tell
choice
us
is
what.
back.
So tell us welcome in English.
Welcome.
Is it choice for myself, sir? All right.
No, tell us welcome in English now.
Welcome. Yes.
Okay. Buki. Guys, can you mute yourself?
Hello, yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
Buki, I definitely dream in English.
You definitely dream in English. Okay.
I definitely dream in English. So I say, hi, everybody. You are so welcome. It's great having everybody here.
Okay, good. Now, you see how uncomfortable you are with the language that you even speak and dream in it. How much more when you're given a script, that which is not your language, but somebody else's language. How much more when you think about language as only that which is spoken. What about in which it's conveyed with your body, which is conveyed with your eyes, which is conveyed with your actions? How do you converge them? Some of the things that we're going to be thinking about as we work today. But we go back to another exercise. And please, as much as possible, just remind yourself. The question is, what was the first film you saw in your life? I preferably want something from the cinema. From the cinema, the first film that you saw in your life. Or the first, from way back, not now, first film. We're going to go back to Chioma.
I can't really remember. I think it's Sound of Music.
Okay. So tell us about Sound of Music. What was interesting about it? What did you learn from it? Why is it interesting?
Okay. Children, yes.
Children?
They have a very strict. Yeah, Sound of Music is like a children movie, you know. A man that has about 7 children, but his wife died. So he became very strict that he made the children wear uniform all the time. They're always locked in the house. So he sends nanny to them. His eldest daughter was about 20-something years, but she's still being treated like a kid. Like she's also been made to wear uniform with her younger ones.
Are you sure? I am 16, going on 17. Are you sure about that? Okay, Gift. Let's take the sound to you. Unmute yourself and talk. First movie.
Yes. I really can't recall, but I think it has to be Chucky.
Chucky. Chucky the child menace, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us about it.
Chucky is like Chucky is a teddy, kind of. They bought it for a child and not knowing it's a possessed one altogether, and he woke up and start doing the undo and start doing his wicked acts and all of it. It's a kind of a horror movie for a child then too.
And you watched it as a child, you must be very strong. There's something that has occurred in all of what we've been saying, if you take note. It's about the power of visuals. The power of visuals. And that's what we miss out when we are acting for the screen. Not knowing that the camera does the acting. Us is just to immerse ourselves into that machine. The camera does the acting. And so sometimes, like you see me doing now, as if we are wanting to jump out of the camera of it, you know, like going into it like this. That's what Zoom has done to us in terms of, oh, you think somebody isn't seeing you, you just get so close. But how do you know how you are framed when you are on set? How do you know how you are framed? How do you know how you are positioned? You wouldn't. Only the eye of the camera sees what it wants. How do we prepare ourselves for this? And that's the only thing that you yourself can do. And so we're going to do that now. And we're going to look at each person as the person does this. Now, I need you, when one person is speaking, okay, when one person is going to say, we'll go from each person, we're all going to go video out, including me. So it's only the person who is speaking that we would see on our screen. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So
sure.
when I call your name now, you're going to do your revised piece, your poem, your monologue. It shouldn't take more than 2 minutes. And we're going to look at each one of them after a few minutes. We're going to come back and look at each one of them. And I need you as much as possible to be very, very critical. But critical in a very loving way. In other words, what are the possibilities here? What are the probabilities here? And we're going to ask ourselves, how do you get to this part, your role? So we'll begin with Sandra. Everybody, Sandra, I hope you're ready for us with your monologue. And after Sandra, next Dixon. After Dixon, Buki. Video out, please. Only Sandra remains.
Now, let me tell you something. Old Helen is gone, and you would not talk to me like that again. I came here to help you, but now I'm going to get even with you. Oh, shut up! You want Brenda and the kids? Did you see what you left me for? This is what you left me for. She did not care about you, Charles. She told them to let you die. I was your wife. I never would have hurt you. Why did you do this to me? Why did you do this to us? Oh, answer me, Charles. And you know what's funny? I gave you life even if you took it away. Hey, boys. Daddy, you know I wanted kids too, Charles. And had you not been with that whore, we would have had them. You got me all stressed out. My hair falling off, my weight up and down. I could not keep anything. 2 miscarriages, Charles. You took life away from me and you never said I am sorry.
Sandra, could you do this in Pidgin English? Or in your language, in the language that you dream in, whether it's in Yoruba or Igbo, even if I don't understand.
Okay, I'll try Pidgin because I'm not so fluent with my language.
Good. Very good. Now, could you do something for me? Could you put your head down? Put your head down. And raise your eyes up. And quietly, don't move your hands, just speak quietly. And see, I'm going to ask every other person to listen to this quietly. Okay. Let's go. Put your eyes down. Think about Charles. Think about yourself. And think about how softly angry you are. Give yourself 2 seconds and begin to speak. And imagine where you are now. You're on the street. on the street. You are not in your bedroom. You're on the street now saying these words. So let's go. Go. Speak.
Now, make I tell you something. Old Helen, don't go. And you no go talk to me like that again. I came here make I help you. But now, I don't mad for you. Shut up. You see wetin you leave me for? Now this way you leave me for. She no care about you, Charles. She tell them say may they kill you.
Okay. Everybody is listening now. Okay. Charles is there. Charles is there. Charles, speak to Charles now speak in English. Charles, respond. Let's go. Charles, you are going to respond to what she's saying.
Now, let me tell you something. Old Helen is gone. And you would not talk to me like that again. I came here to help you. But now, I'm going to get even with you. Oh, shut up! You won't bring down the kids?
Michael, speak. Michael, respond to her.
You won't bring down the kids?
What?
Did you see what you left me for? This is what you left me for. They did not give a damn about you, Charles. You told them to let you die. When I was your wife, I never would have hurt you.
Dixon, speak.
Why did you do this? Why did you do this?
What did I do to you?
Everybody come back.
Answer me, Charles.
Everybody come back.
White Hunter.
Yeah, turn, face us. You weren't looking at yourself. Yeah. Please, just tell me how you felt. Everybody come back, oh. How you felt when she is not seeing Dixon. But how did you think you felt? They're not in the same space, and yet they were speaking to each other. And she imagined Dixon to be there in the same room with her. Now, if this same thing had been done in the market, how would it go? We're going to think about that much later. This is just for us to reason certain things. And Sandra, you're going to think about this. Who is Charles? Who is Charles? How long have you been married to Charles? Or is Charles your girlfriend, your boyfriend? What kind of music does Charles like? What kind of food does Charles eat? When was this? In the morning? In the night? Who was present here? So, Dixon, you're going to respond and think about all of this. Just imagine how you responded. What did I do? Most times, we always like shout when you see our movies. No offense, but what did I do? What did I do? But here, we're seeing something else. And that's just the beginning. We have not explored these possibilities more. We can extend it more, these possibilities. We can. And that's what we're doing today. There are a lot of things that you can even now say, how? Why didn't you do it this way? So let's begin to think around this angle. We'll come back to that. Okay? Joshua, let's see your monologue. Are you ready for us?
All right.
Yeah.
While I'm not emotional about the money, there is a price indebted to me for the blood I've gotten in my hands, restoring order to the untidiness that you have created. And that price, according to you, 400 minus 130, is $270 million. And I'm keeping the business while you are getting in the freezer. It is 25 degrees below zero in there, so I wouldn't fuck about because frostbite is expensive on the fingers and toes. So that being said, I would type as quickly as possible while I still have the use of them.
Freeze.
After we've attended to that matter of your indiscretion, we'll deal with the next consequences of your short-sightedness. As stated, I am not emotional about the money, but I am emotional about the fact that someone laid their hands on my wife. My wife!
Hello, Joshua.
Sir?
Good morning. Good morning. Can you hear me?
I hear you, sir.
Can you hear me? Okay,
Yes.
let's think about something else.
Right.
Where is this now? Where is this happening?
My office.
Your office?
Yes, sir.
What are you wearing?
I'm supposed to wear a suit.
What are you wearing?
A suit, sir.
What color of suit?
Navy blue.
No, what color of suit?
Navy blue, dark blue.
What shoes are you wearing?
Corporate shoes, Brooks.
What are corporate shoes? Brooks, made by Brooks. Okay. Did you polish them this morning?
Sir?
Did you polish them this morning? No, sir, Israel. Did you polish the shoes
Yes, sir,
this morning? They are polished.
Yes, sir.
They are polished.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're sure?
They are polished, sir.
Who are you speaking with now in the office?
Hello?
Who are you speaking with in the office right now?
The person that swindled me, that wanted to swindle me out of the business we had planned.
Okay, good. Is in the office. Did the person come into the office before you came in?
No, we came in together. We walked in together.
You walk in together?
Yes.
Now, I see a door behind you and it's closed. It's opened, right?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now, I need your phone to be there and you walk out of this room now. Leave the camera there. Go out and then open the door and come in and start speaking. Let's hear you. Let's go. Start talking.
Come here.
Yeah, start talking. Once you open the door, start talking. No, once you open the door, you're talking before you enter.
I'm talking and walking to the camera, sir.
Yes. Don't look at
Why I am not emotional about the money. See, there is a price indebted to me.
Okay, when you come in now, don't use your hands. Just speak. And don't imagine the camera is there. Carry a box, put your hand in your pocket, and then come in.
All right.
Carry a box or a bag or a rucksack. There's a laptop inside. Come in. Come in now.
Why I'm not emotional about the money. There is a price indebted to me for the blood I've gotten on my hands, restoring order to the untidiness that you have created. And that price, according to you, 400 minus 130, is $270 million. And I'm keeping the business. While you're getting in the freezer. It's 25 degrees below zero in there, so I wouldn't fuck about because frostbite is expensive on the fingers and toes. That being said, I would type as quickly as possible while I still have the use of them. After we've attended to that matter of your indiscretion, we will deal with the next consequences of your short-sightedness. As stated, I am not emotional about the money, but I am emotional about the fact that someone laid their hands on my wife.
Full stop. What's your wife's name?
Katrina.
How long have you been married to her?
11 years, sir.
What kind of clothes does she like?
Flashy clothes, the type of supermodel clothes.
BBC flamboyant. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What did you just buy for her yesterday?
Okay.
Ifeanyi, can you go off video, please? Thank you. Ifeanyi,
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
Can I continue?
Yes. What did you buy for?
We received the gift together, and I got her a dress to match with the gift.
The dress has to have a name.
Oh, okay. It's a French gown.
French gown. Which one is not a Nigerian gown?
No, it's not. She likes things that are designers.
Things that are designed like haute couture.
Sir?
Okay. Let's go back. We're going to come back. Everybody.
We come back.
Yeah, everybody's coming back.
Should I turn off my mic?
Yeah. We're going to be talking. Don't worry. Okay. Everybody come back. Now, we're going to see now how conscious that we are about the camera. How conscious that we are. We need to be unconsciously conscious of the camera and not allow it, because you don't know where you're being recorded from. Every time you want to face it, that's the first thing, but you do not know from what angle. So as much as possible, we need to now start being clear too. There are a couple of words that he mentioned there, and I like to hear, like frostbite. That's why he's unable to type. Because if you got frostbite, what will happen to your fingers? What will happen to your toes or your fingers? You know, if you've seen a leprosy, someone who's got, frostbite will do that. It means the place is cold. Are we talking America or are we talking Celsius or Fahrenheit? See, all these questions you need to take into your head when you're doing that role. You need to be asking yourself these questions. I was very particular and saying, what shoes are you wearing? If you wear sneakers into that office, for instance, or you wear casual shoes, you'll be different in your manner of walking. Would you waltz in or would you walk in? Would you stroll in or would you saunter in? So these are questions that you need to ask yourself. And these questions tell who your persona, who you are. Who you are. Because it's present. When I ask each of us to talk about the films that they like, they were always talking about the film in the past.
Okay, good.
Okay, tie your hair properly behind you. No, tie your hair
Okay.
behind. Tie it. I'm waiting.
Yeah, I want to do that now.
I like the butterflies.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Take your lenses away from
Okay.
you. Take your lenses away from you. Put them in
Okay.
front of you.
In front of me?
Yeah, put them in front of you. Go closer to so that we can see you framed properly. Now, I need you now to speak on the phone quietly. No decorations. I need you to speak on the phone quietly now. No decorations.
So can I start?
Yes, you can start.
Hello. Yeah, you're going to her. Okay. What? No, you can't be serious. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Father.
Okay. I need you to go back and don't say anything after that. I only see them in your eyes and in your mouth. Nothing else. Don't say anything. Speaking this and no words there after that. Can we go?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, you're on to her. What? No, you can't be serious. Ha! Wekpe.
I don't want to say anything after you can't be serious. I only want to see. I don't want to hear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, you're into her. What? You can't be serious.
Where are you going to? Stay in that space. Don't go anywhere. Stay in that space. Uncle Chuma.
Okay.
Stay in that space. Don't go anywhere. Just do what you are doing. Stay in that space. Go back from the beginning.
Okay.
Don't do anything after that.
Yeah, you're onto her. What? You can't be serious.
Okay. Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Stabilize your camera.
Yes.
Yeah. Use the web stabilizer. Yeah. Just imagine this hands. You don't need all these decorations, possibly, if you need to convince me how sad the situation is. How are you sure the camera is looking at you? It's the face that I want to look at. And I want to see the sadness in the face. The sadness is not in the body. The sadness is in the face. It's in the eyes. Look directly at us. Turn your eyes, but don't turn your face. Just turn your eyes up, left, right. Turn your eyes. Breathe hard. As you begin to imagine how sad it is but how solemn the sadness is. At this point, you probably are sobbing inside your heart. Draw the audience into you now. Let them feel you. Stare at them. Stare at them. And then take them in with your breath. So all the things that you must realize, you need to look at other possibilities. Everybody is always like excited, but think about all the possibilities. Think about those possibilities that you have not explored. And then off the mic, as they say in NDDC, off the mic, off the mic. Let's come back. Okay, take it off, take it off.
I should take it off.
Yes. Okay, now start saying your lines and then start tying your hair quietly. By the time you finish saying your lines, right, you should have concluded tying the hair. Okay, let's go. Talk. You're doing it. Talk and do it at the same time.
Okay. Son, well, your dad sent you to get me, right? It's kind of challenging, you know? You wanting me to come in and say the opening prayers, something that...
Tie your hair as you are talking.
It's meant to be very beautiful. I just don't think I can do it. I can't. Do you know how challenging it is for me to sit with women every single day? I listen to their fears, their challenges. What I'm about to tell you today, I really do hope that you can forgive
Tie your
me
hair, don't drop it.
I wanted to feel their pain.
Take small food from the table and eat.
And so I let myself go.
Okay, full stop.
I know that I shouldn't have.
Full stop. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
When you were,
yes.
Now, you see how it comes now, right? Maybe we can begin to think about that. Where are you right now? In a restaurant? Church?
No, I'm not, no. You know, I'm at a reception.
You're at a reception?
Side.
By the seaside? What kind of chair are you sitting on?
Yes.
What kind of chair are you sitting on?
I'm actually meant to be standing.
Not meant, what? Oh, you're standing?
Facing the waterfront.
Okay. Where's your bag? Where's your bag? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Sorry, my network is really
I know. Where's your bag?
So to be standing. Yeah, hello?
Where's your bag?
Can you hear?
I can hear you. Where's your bag?
Yeah, so I'm facing the waterfront.
And where's your bag with you?
Put on the spot now. I'm trying to. My bag is not with me. I left it in where they were having the reception.
Okay.
Right? I was meant to do the opening prayer.
Very good.
For that, I left. I walked out, and then I'm looking, you know, to the seafront.
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? What's his name? What's your son's name? It's Reflex.
For want of him, Isaac.
What's your own name? What's your name?
Sorry, I'm doing actors now.
Let's all come back. Okay, what I've been trying to do, Sandra, I'm seeing you on the other side of the fence. Yeah, what I've been trying to do is actually trying to engage you in looking at when I said, for instance, do a monologue, you probably were not thinking about the possibilities in front of you. You probably weren't thinking about the many things that you can do with your monologue. Okay, even if you were sitting, how are you sitting? Even if you were talking, how are you talking? You have to imagine yourself in a certain point, at a certain point, in a certain place, for a certain purpose. There doesn't have to be a reason for what you're doing. The reason for what you're doing is that there's no reason at all. You see how your hand is there positioned now? You didn't think it. It's a reaction and a reflection of what you see me talking about. So it's that kind of moment that I need you to bring into your monologues. And this can be made clearer in a different way entirely. It's about how you personalize your personality. So there's a persona that you need to bring out. And what is that? Sandra puts her hands like this now, for instance. Do this come in place with this? Dixon has his like this. So what is yours? Gift has hers like this. What is yours? You must define that and use it. Because the screen is a very, very finite. It will see the very speck. If you see the acne on your face, you will see your eye just twitch. The little details that you think nobody is seeing, the screen will pick it out. And so for everything that you're doing, you need to be very careful. Every part of yourself, you need to be able to control. How do you control that? It's the exercises that we're having right now. How do you control that? You see, again, too, there are 24 frames per second. So it means if there are 24 of us here now, 24 of us here now, 24 of us, 24 frames of us here makes 1 second of a motion picture. So it means 24 times 60 makes 1 minute. Just imagine that. So for every twitch you make, it will count it 24 times. You've noticed that when you press pause, for instance, for a playing movie, how do you now record that in your psyche? Is where we are getting to. Now, whoa, this is very apt now, very, very apt. I'm in the dark and I'm speaking. You don't see my face. You don't see my silhouette. And then gradually, light comes on. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you. What is it that you're talking about? What is it? Nothing. Seriously? Yes. This is very interesting. How does that change now the acting? What if the light comes from this way? There are many things you can think about. How does that change the lighting now? How does this change it now if the light comes from behind? These moments you must think about. These moments. It's different for me right now. It's different for me right now. It's different for me right now. It's different from me right now. I look like a bad guy right now. Isn't it? This meeting is going to be very, very devious. Now it's different now because you can see me. So the environment that you are, you must take into consideration. Is it dark? Is it light enough? Is it in your bedroom with only the lamps on? Those things affect your character and your characterization. Good thing, light went off, and you can see that. Please, can you share your experiences so far with what you've, as we move further? We're going to take a break in a moment. And when we come back, I expect to have a self-tip. Right. Anybody wants to say something? Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I've learned about the use of our gestures and the things around us, and how we position ourselves in front of the camera in order to portray that character or to help us embody our character per se. Because I learned that from my monologue, from the other guys, Joshua, I think Joshua's monologue, and from Sotenya's monologue, how you told us, okay, try this, and as we proceed gradually, I got more personally, as for me, I got more into that character because it was just on the spot when you said, Sandra, your next, do the monologue, and so I wasn't into it deeply, but as you proceed gradually, I got into the character and I could see a difference. So, it helped using the gestures and all those things around us.
Well, but I need to, can you hear me? I need to warn all of us about decorations because most times for visual, I talked about visual storytelling. It's about the visuals. So you have to be conscious of the fact that you can't shout, you can't speak loud because there's a microphone. Okay? And you have to be conscious about how you are framed. Some actors come on set and they probably will ask, what kind of frames are we having? It might be very, very like intrusive, intimate, so close up, only your eyes. So if they betray you, they say, now Yeah, Buki, you wanted to say something?
Yes. So one key thing for me is imagination. Let yourself loose.
Yes.
How far does your imagination take you? And then whenever you're given a character, apart from looking at what is written, try to let your imagination take you far to understand who that character is. Develop that character more than what is written. Some of the things you said, what kind of bag, what kind of shoe, where is the person, who's the person's child. So once that person develops and becomes a personality, you're able to bring out that personality, which is a key factor. So you're not just reciting words, you're bringing out a persona of somebody. And that's the persona that the audience sees.
Okay, is it possible now, Buki, do your monologue and let's start from there to explore another angle. Okay?
There are no bathrooms here. There are no bathrooms for colored people here. Did you know that? I have to walk to the West Campus just to release myself. And I can't take any of the handy bikes. Picture this, Mr. Harrison. My heels, skirt below my knees, and a single string of pearls. I don't own any pearls because Lord knows you don't pay us enough to afford pearls. And I have to drink coffee every second because I can't afford to do anything else. So excuse me if I need to relieve myself every few hours. I'm done.
So let's imagine, where are you right now?
Okay, what would you like me to do? Okay, so
no, where
I'm in an office. I just came back from relieving myself.
Where's the office?
The office is a corporate office. It's like an engineering firm that has to do with.
Where's that?
Okay, so this is situated in America, on the west side. It's very close to a university.
Where in America? Where in America?
In Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C. Where's Washington, D.C.? Where in Washington, D.C.?
Seattle. Seattle.
Where in Washington?
Near the White House.
I'm waiting for you.
Near the White House.
Near the White House?
Yes.
So you're on Pennsylvania Avenue, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Now, how many people? How tall is this building?
4-story building.
4-story?
4 stories, yes.
4-story. Can you have a 4-story building around the White? Okay, 4-story. Okay. 4-story building. Okay.
2-story
And what floor are you?
I am on the 3rd floor.
So no. We'll stick with 4-story building. 3rd floor. Yes. Wow. 3rd floor. You know that as you move higher on the building, so you're close. No, as you move closer up, as you go up, right? That means your position in the firm is also in that regard, in the hierarchy, in the echelon.
Well, not really, because.
Do you get what I mean?
Yes, but can I say something?
Yes, you're saying something. Yeah.
Okay, so based on the what I'm trying to portray, because it's 1, a female, 2, a colored female, she's still down the rank. So even though she's very brilliant, and most of the people she's working with are men, but she's not in rank. She's not high up there. But they use her intelligence. They use my intelligence.
So yeah, but you're on the 3rd floor. If you're on the 3rd floor, you're close to the 4th floor, and the 4th floor is the highest. That means you're close to the Oga Patapatas.
Yes.
Okay. So how many men do you work with?
I work with 20 men.
How many men do you work with?
20 men.
20 men. How many women? How many women?
3.
How many women?
3 women.
3 women. Are you the only person of color?
No, we're all colored.
Oh, you're all black people?
Yes, all the women are black.
But all the men are white?
Yes, all the men are white.
Okay, have you ever been to America?
No, I haven't.
You've never been to America? Okay,
No,
but you're in America right now. So
in
you're going to be... No, you're in America, right?
Yes,
no, you're in America right now because you're saying you're in Washington. Okay, you're in Washington, D.C. Good. So where's the toilet in this building? You have to go downstairs.
So there is a toilet in the building, but because I'm black, I can't use the toilet in this building. I have to go down to the West Campus, which is about, give or take, about 15 minutes in my heels just to use the restroom. And then I have to walk back.
Very good. So, okay, this is very interesting. It's getting more interesting. Okay. So how did you come to work?
So the bus would take
Do you have
me
a car?
to. No car. But the bus would take me. So picture this.
Why
This
did
is about in the 1960s.
Why are
The
you
bus would
not
take
using
me.
this? Why are you not using the subway? Oh, it's in the 60s.
Yes.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
So that's
whoa,
why
whoa,
the
whoa.
mission for colored people.
Oh, this is good. This is in the 60s. Oh, wow. When in the 60s?
I'd say 1965.
Oh, so Martin Luther King is dead by now.
Yes.
Oh, okay. We're going to talk about all these possibilities, and it's very interesting because you've now made it very, very historical. And I'm asking you questions, and those questions I think should come effortlessly because that's the only way you can also accept the fact that you incarnate your role. It's like me asking you questions about yourself.
Yes, and I should be able to.
You know, and you're just naturally bringing it on, as it were. So we'll come back to the bigger group. I will not say anything about the words and all that, but just talking about the circumstances, how you get to those words. That's what we're concerned about now. Okay.
Okay.
Guys, now this is getting very interesting because we looked at a world now, like in America. We've looked at another world of a domestic world. We looked at a world of a mother and her son, how she interacts with her son, how she nurtures her son, how. Okay, whose video is disabled? No, you can. Ibuku, please, can all of us, aside from, some persons are offline. Please, can we come on and participate rather? Yeah. We've looked at all of this, but the thing I'm not concerned about right now, it's the manner of our speaking. What I'm concerned about is the manner of how you get into character, how you become. That's so simple, but yet so difficult. And it's so difficult, yet so simple. Only you can go to that point. And some ways that some persons have said, how do I get here? They say, oh, I watch other people. There's something very, very interesting, looking at your work, Buki. Shotoye is asking whether in today's America, I mean, it's too clear nowadays with Black Lives Matter. I have colleagues who, one of them in a uni, they see her in a car park, the security, and you know what they ask her? Are you the cleaner? Seriously, she's a professor. Are you the cleaner? Yeah, today. Another, she's coming into her class, and somebody's like, oh, they see her with a dog, and they can't imagine that she has a dog via her car. Okay, the other guy, teacher, was coming back from rehearsal, and they think he's a drug mule because he's got his hood on, coming back from rehearsal late in the night. It's so real. We're not talking about the Blakes, or we're not talking about the Cloyds. We probably will talk about 1992 when, as a result of the camcorder, we'll see what's this young man, Rodney, beaten in the streets of Southern California, and would trigger a riot that would run from New Orleans down to St. Louis and all of that. That's a reality. And we have that reality even here with our tribes. That's why I said, wherever we go now, we have that reality in Dar es Salaam, within the Tanganyikans and those persons in the islands. We have that reality. But it's about, again, something that I've learned. It's what you probably will refer to as unconscious bias, unconscious prejudice. The minute I know where you come from, I think you're a bushman. As I put Benin now, oh, na bushman. As I put Lekki now, na rich man. As I put Aguda now, oh, he's there for bush. As I put Dar es Salaam now, okay, he's a Muslim, he's Swahili. We begin to make all of these unconscious, and that that also happens to how we play roles too. That happens to how we play roles. There's this unconscious attempt to say, this is how it is. You've not explored the possibilities. You've not gotten into that visceral looking at it. And we can think about it, how food is. I like food a lot. I cook. How do you cook? How do you prepare to cook? It's that simple way about food. How much salt do you put in it? How much sugar, or hide it in the Oyibo way, E407 is still sodium, do you put in it? Anyhow, so how do we take all of these unconscious issues into how we play our roles? How do you become that person? How are you that person? I think if we explore it from the monologues that we have been doing, we'll see that there are a number of possibilities that we haven't actually taken into consideration. There are a number of things that we need to start looking at. And we'll go into the breakout rooms. I can go in and out of a breakout room if you need my attention, or Benita can come into your breakout room if you need her attention. But if you have any queries about it, read the script when you get there and think about all the possibilities inside of the script, okay? Don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's not a big deal. And we're going to come back and do it eventually. We can continue if you want.
Yes, we can hear you. You can go on. You can go on, Sheila.
Okay.
Team leader, please go on.
Our topic today for the meeting will be screenwriting. Now, most of us, many of us screenwriters are having this issue of, after writing script, what next? Of course, it's selling. But most of us have problems with selling our script. Why? Because each script have requirements it has to meet before any agency buys that script from you. So the first we'll be discussing, and is very essential, is the log line.
I'm so sorry, guys, to interrupt, but I need to check something upstairs for a bit.
Oh, no problem. You can just go ahead and mute yourself. So, as I was saying...
That's fine. I hope all the other team members are okay with that. Sandra, if you're in, tell me you're okay with me leaving for a little bit.
Yeah, fine. We'll continue.
Okay. But I'll just leave this on and not mute it. So I'll be back shortly.
Continue there.
Okay, sorry. Before I continue, like as I was saying, sorry, before she interrupted. Log line. So there are elements of a good log line. Okay, she's back.
Yep.
Oh, we're supposed to like that. When she leaves, that's where the thing ends.
Yes.
Look at your script.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back again. Okay, we have. Do you want to close or break out?
Sandra, do you want to try?
Should we keep out the breakout room? Okay, let's come back now, and then we'll do what we have done, and then we'll review it and go back again. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I should start again.
No, the thing is closing now. You have 57 seconds.
Okay. Welcome to today's meeting. The topic for today will be screenwriting. Now, for your writing script is one thing. The second part of it is selling the written script, which is what we are going to talk about today. Now, for your script to meet the requirements for any agency to buy it, there are things you have to put into consideration. Number one is log line of that story. Now, what are the elements of a good log line, you may ask? Number one, irony. Your log line should have irony. I mean, for example...
hey guys, sorry to interrupt. I have to check on something upstairs.
No problem.
I hope that's okay. Okay, Sandra, I hope that's okay with you as well, and I'm not going to interrupt your part of the script.
Just come back.
Okay, so... yeah. Chairman.
We have started. Everybody's back.
Michael and Sontoye.
But you're supposed to be like 4.
We're only 3 with
You're only
the supervisor earlier.
Okay, you're only 3. Okay, cool. So everybody who is in Ibukun's group is going to stay on, and every other person is going to log off. And we're going to watch Ibukun, and so everybody in Ibukun's group, stay back. Lamte's group, can you guys come on? Everybody in Lamte's group. Lamte, who is in your group?
We're supposed to be 4, but it ended up with Jadida and I.
3.
2 of us.
Whoa, seriously?
Yeah.
We couldn't find the others.
Oh, okay, can we do it? Can both of I'll join you.
Okay. Well, like I was saying, Jadida, we've got a lot to do. The argument is very straight. The governor has done very well, and the argument, to support the governor, is straightforward. The people already know.
Who is playing A?
I am.
Jadida is.
Okay.
So, like I was saying, it's a straightforward. Okay, the governor has done very well. We can see, all his works, and that's what we're going to argue with. And so it's important that we keep focusing on all that the governor has been doing, and so it's important we don't make,
Yeah, you were saying.
Yes. This is, like I was saying, it's a very straightforward argument, okay? And so we must, be on it the way we want to be. You understand what I'm saying? And it's very
Look, I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry to interrupt, but I need to check on something upstairs. Okay, just a minute.
All right. Just mute yourself.
Mute the call. Mute yourself.
I will keep on,
I think I'm just going to leave it on. Okay, I'll be back.
Okay. Can we do it all over again? Can we do it all over again? Okay.
Yes. So, like I was saying, it's a very straightforward argument. The governor has done, all we're going to campaign with, all we're going to, bring to the people, are all the governor has been doing and is still doing. Okay. So it makes it very easy, for us to bring the case of His Excellency forward.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine.
This same trajectory. This is everybody.
Shit. Look, I'm really sorry to interrupt you, but I need to check on something upstairs. Just a minute.
That's all. Just mute yourself. That's it. So,
I think I'm just going to leave it on. Thank you, please. Excuse me.
Oh, all right, no problem.
Okay, thank you very much. Can everybody come back to the group?
Oh, it was lovely.
Don't come and use Expo. So we'll look at the 4 groups. We'll look at Joy's group, Joy Braid's group, Joy Braid's group. Let's begin.
Okay.
Can we begin, Fadekemi? Yeah.
Okay, guys. So now that the lockdown is easing off, I think we can start by supplying trucks to at least 2 neighboring states. We can start with Ogun and then do Oyo. What do you think?
I think there's a problem. Musa called me yesterday and he said the trucks are in bad conditions again.
Bad conditions
John, we can't
again?
see you.
Just 2 quarters we spent, wasn't it 2.7 million we spent on the trucks to Oyo?
I know. That was what I said the last time, that we need to change these trucks. Instead of repairing the engines, let's just buy new trucks. Like, we keep going back and forth.
Look, there's an economic downturn going on. Buy which new trucks? Our competitors, they haven't bought new trucks for the past 3 years, and they're still going strong. Look at the budget we spent on truck maintenance last year.
Yes,
This is just the third quarter.
wow.
We've already spent double of what we spent last year. What the hell is going on? Is there cause for concern here?
I don't know what's happening, but I think what we need to do is to get new trucks, because these trucks deploy long distance, and the only way we can stop this back and forth is to just get new trucks instead of repairing them. That was my suggestion, and I think that's what we need to do, Ma.
I think I'm going to call an inquiry on this one, because what the hell is that? Guys, let's stay focused here. I think I'm going to call an inquiry on this one, because it's not something that I'm willing to just sweep under the carpet. It's too significant an amount of money.
Yes, Ma. I know,
But Musa told me that those trucks would be ready today.
Can we have Chioma's group? I'm going to come back to you people. Okay, so can we go now? Yeah.
Sorry. Welcome back to season 2 on getting to write your ideas. So what are we going to be talking about today? Log line. Now, this is very essential, especially when you want to sell your script, or unless, of course, you want to write and then produce the written script yourself. But if you need to sell your script, if you know you want to sell your script to an agency, there are things you have to take note of when writing your script. The first is log line. In fact, you don't even have to write scripts unless you know all this. These are the things you have to understand before you even write the first line of your script. So the first thing we'll be talking about is log line. So what is log line? Log line.
Sorry to interrupt you. But I need to check something upstairs for a minute, if you don't mind, but you can continue with the presentation. Sandra, I hope you're taking notes to see if we can incorporate Chioma into our group.
It's fine, don't worry, take your time. I'll just continue with Chioma.
No problem. Just go ahead and don't forget to mute yourself.
I think I will just, I'll leave it on. Just give me a minute, please. Thank you.
Let's continue.
Okay, so as I was saying,
everybody come back. Everybody come back. Everybody come back.
Bye-bye.
Everybody come back. And I'm going to ask a very you can have your microphones on. Okay, so far there's no noise behind, because we're going to be talking right now, and then we'll take a break. Okay, you can have your microphones on. Okay, if you want to have it mute, fine. Is everybody back? Where's Joy? Where's where's Dixon? Where's everybody?
I'm here, sir.
Okay, I can't see you. Okay. There's something very interesting that we actually didn't consider, and it's very, very crucial when we look at films. I told you about the visual storytelling. We need to explore that. Let's go back and read what I mean from the script, and we can go. Zoom meeting, record on Zoom. Interior, the kitchen in a home in the country owned by A and J. A is on a Zoom meeting. J is currently out of town. Interior, the kitchen in a home in the country owned by A and J. So who is A? Who is J? We're not told if the person is a man or a woman, so you have every possibility to do whatever you want to do. Okay, and they say kitchen. They didn't say, just imagine where the kitchen is in your house. Okay, where is the kitchen? Downstairs, somewhere at the corner. And they say a home, so probably we're talking about like a 3-bedroom, a 2-bedroom with a kitchen. Okay, J is currently out of town. That is crucial. They go for that. A is at a table. So it's a kitchen. So think about the geography now of that kitchen, the schematics. It's at a table. So what would you see visually if you're watching this film? You're going to draw that for me now when you come back, and you're going to show it up to me here. How would you like your frames to be? No matter how bad it is, I need to have a visual when we take a break and we come back in. Yeah? So you're showing it up to us now, the drawing. So what are you seeing? A is at the table on their laptop, engaged in an online meeting with 2 to 3 workers. So let's say 2 workers. Team leader is preparing some important data, presenting some important data. These are clues for you. Important data. A listens and watches. You see, it's told in the present, like I told you, not A listened, listens and watches. A hears a third from upstairs. You actually don't even need to hear the bang. You just need to probably see the possibilities. Imagine yourself now. We're talking here now, and you hear a third. What would you do? The first time, or you hear a gunshot outside, what would you do? Or whatever you hear outside, that's like a noise. When is this Zoom meeting even happening? Is it in the morning? Is it in the afternoon? Is it in the night? Who is in the house with you? You alone. A reaches for their phone. Text J, where are you? No buzz, no ding. What does no buzz, no ding mean?
No,
What do you think it means, Adam? From who?
And J, there's no response.
Don't forget, why did he text J? Why did he text J? What did he ask J?
Yeah, you.
Where are you? Where are you?
Why would he ask or she ask, where are you?
She might be very scared. Something like that.
It's probably not his apartment or her apartment, so it might be his apartment. So
Maybe she's
Which apartment?
That's it.
It might not be his apartment and A's apartment. It might be J's apartment. So to find out where.
No, listen. A hears a third from upstairs. Now they've given you another clue. First time they said it was the home. Now you see another clue from upstairs. That means the house is a big house and the kitchen is downstairs and it's right?
Yes.
You're seeing all of those clues now.
Yes.
Those possibilities. What can you do with those possibilities? From up. And you hear a third. And 2 of you stay in the house. 1 person is not at home. Are you thinking that maybe Jay came home while you and you wanted to be sure? And you say, where are you? Where are you? No buzz, no ding. Meaning you probably did not hear his own phone ring or buzz.
Okay.
Do you get? Now, if you did not hear that, okay? Now, if you did not hear that, if you did not get any confirmation from that, and it says, co-worker continues to drone on. After a bit, another third. And then a text arrives immediately after that. On way back, see you tonight. Think about it.
Yeah.
And you say, shit. The clue there is pause. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt. I have to check something upstairs. Not you have to check something. You have to check something upstairs. Team leader, no problem. Go ahead and mute yourself because we're having a Zoom meeting, isn't it? We don't want any noise. And say, I'm just going to leave it on. Why?
Just in case anything happens.
For safety.
In case of what?
Something happens.
Something happens.
That's for safety.
Why would something happen? Are you scared?
Of course, you're scared. In case of insecurity, you stay in Nigeria.
Okay. Can I ask a question? Can I ask you a question? Just think about this deeply. When you have this kind of fear, do you shout? When you have this kind of fear, do you have goose pimples? When you have this kind of fear, how does your heart beat? When you have this kind of fear, how does your voice sound? When you have this kind of fear, how do you look?
Sorry.
Tell me your experience in that Zoom meeting. Tell me your experience. What was your experience with those few words that you needed to speak?
For me, I will say that I found it a little bit difficult actually saying what I could say normally, like off screen. Like I was mixing the words. I think I was somehow like tense, or I don't know the right word to use for it. Okay, I was so much aware that I was acting. Yeah, so it really interfered with what I was saying.
Okay. What was your experience like, Ifeanyi?
Okay, it was a little bit difficult, yeah, acting on Zoom, the network and everything.
Okay, but your experience in terms of the script and the thoughts behind being that person.
Okay, it was nice. I could what's the word now? I could.
Do you think you were hiding behind words that if you weren't talking, you would still have made sense?
Yes, I would.
Yeah, so if we do it all over again and you follow the script and don't say anything, do you think it will be tidier?
Yes. Because
What's your name? What's your name in the Zoom meeting?
Okay, I didn't have a name. I was
What is your name? No. What is your name? Give yourself a name.
I'm Mark.
Mark, where were you talking from? She was talking from her kitchen. Where were you talking from?
I was talking from my room, my bedroom.
Your bedroom. Were you lying on the bed or did you have a full screen? You were sitting on the bed. So you see, all of those things would inform how you present yourself. That's the point I've been trying to make. So if you probably were using your laptop in front of you and you had a frame like what Lamte has. Okay? Jedida, what was your experience like?
It was quite interesting because we were just two people. The other two couldn't quite make it to stay in.
I was there, don't forget to.
Because of network issues. But the first thing that we took into account was the fact that we didn't have a lot of lines, and so gestures and facial expressions and all of these things had to come into play. So we took note of that, and I think from there we just had to basically improvise and fill the room.
Okay, now you're going to do something for me. Now, when we take a break now, we're going to take a break. And when you come back, I told you that there are frames. Okay? So there are frames. Okay? For instance, if you can see. So if there's a frame now, like your photograph, what do you think will be in the first picture that we'll see? What will be in the second picture? What will be in the second picture? So think about that, and then you will not begin to think about the dialogue. So am I going to see me like this? And then like a Buki, is she here?
Yes, she is.
Yes. or a book. So what are we saying? She had her phone in front of her, for instance. She had her phone in front of her, for instance. Is that what I will see immediately? Do I see the kitchen? Do I see the house? You know, when you take all of this into consideration, you see how they build who you are, really. You see how they build who you are, because that context, that environment that you are would maintain who you will become as the film unravels. Okay, you're here now. Let me just give you a smaller example. Jedida, can you walk down to the end of your room?
Okay.
Walk down to the end. That's to the end. Guys, watch. No, don't take the chair away. Put the chair back.
Okay.
Put the chair back. Go back and sit down with the chair.
Okay.
Okay, guys, can we go off video, and I want to show you something. Just Jedida remains. Guy, take your video off. Thank you. Why is my video not matching? Uh-oh. Okay. Bright, can you take your video? Just mute, take off your video, please, Bright. Can you take your video off, Bright, please? Okay. Jedida, go down to the end.
Okay. I'm here.
Okay. Everybody, can you see her? Everybody, can you see her? I assume they can see you. Okay, yes. They can see you. Now, walk towards the camera. Stay where the rows of, where you have your shoes.
Okay. I'm here.
Okay. Walk a little bit further. Rest your hands on the chair. And then turn your back and walk back. Then walk back and come and sit down.
Okay.
Why didn't you come in through the opposite side?
Sort of like a balance thing. It's a symmetry thing. I went through here, and so I had to come back through here.
Okay, I thought it was a natural thing that you just do. Now,
no.
Guys, if you see when she goes back, go back again.
Okay. So I'll go through here.
Are you guys seeing her? Now take the other part I told
you.
You
only see her when she says something.
No, don't worry.
I can see her all the time, whether she says something or not.
We can only see her when she says something.
That's
not everybody.
Because you didn't.
Then I think it's from our settings.
Yeah. Okay, now come and sit down. Come and sit down. Good.
Okay.
Everybody, please just think about something when we come back now. You can see her now. Why is Patrick still there? Can we all come back? She's in an environment that is hers. She's in an environment that she controls. She's in an environment that she can do whatever she wants to do with. And naturally, she had a pen with her because she's taking notes. Naturally, too, she can nest, caress, have a dalliance, as it were, with this environment that she is in. But there's something interesting that we didn't take note. There's a stationary camera, and there's her walking towards the camera. So as she walks away from the camera, she begins to like diminish, as it were. But no, that also adds to the kind of person that she is. Now, we are so used to being so close to the camera and not know too that being further away from it also tells us the kind of person that we are. And how we work with the environment also tells us the kind of person that we are. Because the minute I see her room now, I can describe her chair made from a certain kind of velvety cloth, like damask, I think. I can imagine too that with the kind of shoes that she has behind of her, that she likes shoes and she likes heels. I can determine too that she's tall, but she likes to wear heel and be imposing and be domineering. I can imagine too that she's short, and that's why she has her hair more like the ponytail up rather than going behind so that she can look elevated. But I can also determine too that she's at home quiet, probably because of the lockdown. These are some of the images that I can get from her. These are some of the things, possibilities that I can get from her role. But I'm asking myself, which one am I taking? It's like having Frankenstein. You take the eyes, you take the mouth, you take the ears, you take the walk, and you put all of this together and you make a different you. So there's this, which is the personality trait, which is the psychological, and there's this, which is another personality trait, which is the physical. And I'm asking and encouraging us to think about something else. How do you immerse yourself into this? So I can only answer those questions if you tell me, for instance, the kind of challenge you probably think you have encountered or you have. And then I would now try and see how we can weave ourselves against every time we encounter a situation. Because good scripts are those written in such a way that they'll undermine words. Because in a film script, you don't see words a lot. You see the actions embedded in the screenwriter's prints. You see them embedded in the screenwriter's prints. It's those words I want you to incarnate. Those descriptions that you find there, I want you to actually now begin to appreciate. A is in a home. Did he say a house? A home. A is in a home, in the country, in a village. How does it look like? A is in a home in Lekki. A is in a home in Aja. A is in a home in Ikeja, in Lokogoma. Does it change something? Yes, it does. But you make that change happen. A lives with J. Do you like J? Do you appreciate J's presence? Were you quarreling with J the night before? Do you think that J is playing a surprise one on you? Do you think that because you were angry with Jay last night, he's come in, he's sneaked in? These are some of the things that you probably have to create like a backstory to enable you see that. Now you are in a meeting in the kitchen. Are you cooking? Do you want to cook? Are you having a sandwich? What are you eating? Is there spice in it? Where is your phone? What kind of phone are you using? They say phone, you sent a text. Are you using an iPhone? Are you comfortable with the phone that you're using? You must build a world around that phone, for instance. So where is your food? Are you cooking? What time of the day is it? You pick your phone and you send a text message. Where are you? See the words. Where are you? It's not WHEREYUA. or A-R-E. It's just the letter R and you. What does that indicate? It's not a formal thing, it's an informal. If they had put like XXX, XO in it, do you think that would have changed the manner in which you appreciate what you're doing? You see, these possibilities begin to open up. Where are you? There's no beating around the bush. He didn't say, Jay, where are you? He says, where are you? Maybe you would have written, Yawa don't gas, so where are you? Then go further and see Jane's response. Jane responded in such a manner and says, I am on my way home. Did Jay use any letter? On my way home or on my way to the house? What does Jay say? Guys, help me. What does Jay say?
On way back, C as in capital
On my way
C,
back,
capital
see you
U.
tonight.
See you. Same response. That means they share an affinity. That means they share something together. That means Jay is a very close friend. Jay may be the husband, might be the wife, might be. Now the meeting that you are having, is the team leader a woman or a man? Are the other members of the team male, female? How do you relate with these people? Okay, you've seen a lot of things now with Zoom. My brother Bright, for instance, we're having a meeting. He has his boxers on. There's no shirt. That's a very interesting thing. We've seen a lot of that happening on Zoom now. Do you get? We create a false world behind of us. We're having a Zoom meeting. So what kind of world are you creating? Are you hiding that world? The script gives you possibilities to do that. But what the script does not give you possibility about is the fact that it's defined it for you. You stay in a house which is like a story building, and you are in a kitchen, and you are in a home in a country. So what would you think your neighbor will be in the country? The next person will be away from, like, maybe the next house. It's not like a flat. It's not like a condominium. It's not like, a block of flats. The next person will be like, how many? Maybe 100 feet away. Okay? Are you sure SAS is close to you when you say that? These are all possibilities that you need to open up. And when it says, hey guys, I think I'm going to check upstairs. You in the Zoom meeting did not hear the third. It's her or him who heard the third. One is enough. Two is enough. What about three? You will run into a panic. Why did you not run away from the house? They say she left the frame. If you are the one here now, would you even think about going upstairs? You go start to shout, Holy Ghost, fire. What would you have done? These are again possibilities. If you were to play this scene now in your own room in the house, like you have a self-contained flat, like I say, like a studio flat, and you did not hear a thud, you only heard gunshots, what would you have done? If you were alone in the house, you only heard thief, 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 and somebody knocks on the door, open for me, would you say you want to go and check? These are again possible. So if the script was to be tampered with, you will need to ask yourself certain questions. Now, in that same neighborhood, have you heard of break-ins recently? Have you heard of people saying, oh, this has been stolen, my car has been carjacked, this has been done? Have you heard of all of this? If you have heard, when you hear that thought, you will think differently. These are the possibilities that you need to put in your mind. But you know, the saddest part of it is that a film script is so big sometimes that you can't see those tiny little prints. You can't see them. I'm going to encourage you guys now to do something to yourself. Start to take notes and start to observe. Start to take notes and start to observe.
Take what?
Take notes. Bright, where do you stay?
Benin.
Where in Benin?
Benin, sir. Sir?
Where in Benin, sir?
Sapler Road, sir.
Okay. Sapler Road. Where in Sapler
I'm a
Road?
student of BFA. PZ.
Okay. No, I just say where in Sapler Road?
PZ, sir. PZ.
Where in PZ?
After the road safety. After the road safety. Before the market.
After the road safety? After the church?
Yeah, before the market.
Before the market?
Before the church.
Okay, before the church.
Yeah.
Just imagine you were coming back home in the night. You did not know that someone had harassed a road safety officer.
Okay.
And you walk into, and the road safety officers, obviously they beat up the guy and they killed him. Your phone is dead. And then you walk back into that neighborhood and a riot had probably started. Okay. And of course, they ask you, where are you coming from in the night? Not vigilante, but now these are young people very, very angry.
Okay.
How would you react? If you have been beaten once or twice, the minute they ask you questions, you start giving them answers as clear as possible. Why? You may also not give them answers. You may also be rude and say, why are you asking me these questions? Now, it's that part that I'm asking us to think about. Why are you asking me these questions? Whenever you do not question your role, then you probably will have a problem as an actor. Whenever you do not question your role, questioning your role does not necessarily mean you are doubting your role. It means you are looking at every word and trying to make sense
from the subtext.
It can go beyond the subtext. It can get even contextually subtext. Why is this?
What?
It can even get contextually subtext. You can get a contextual subtext. It can go beyond the subtext.
Okay.
Subtext is something you probably just think about yourself. Why are you laughing, Jedida? I can see your laughter. That's very nice. Don't worry. It's all part of the creation that we make. And I can see your pen too. Okay. Where is everybody? They've run away. I can see all of you, but I can't see all of you. I think sometimes when you come out of video, the lines are it's clearer. Okay. So think about some of these thoughts that I've said, and you can ask me any questions now. With that small thing that you have done, there are a lot of possibilities that come out of that. And it's those possibilities we need to start thinking about. Those possibilities that we need to start thinking about. Okay, guys, I'm sorry to say, but I need you to do something for me. We've had a very short day, and I reckon that okay. That's all. I'm waiting for you to dance. Hey. Where is everybody? I'm not seeing you. Ibukum. Hey. Hey. Stand up and dance. Stand up and dance. I know what I'm doing. Right, stand up and dance. Balance it. Balance it. Balance it. Balance it.
Balance it. Balance it.
Stand up and dance.
Hello.
Yo.
Hello. Hey. Please.
You just sit down and begin to dance. Okay. Balance it. Balance it. Yeah, the chair is blocking you, Jedida.
Hello.
Mina no. Mina no. If you can't be at Alakpere and don't know how to do this dance. Are you a Malian?
I'm tired, though.
You can't be tired. Balance it. Balance. I can only see the chair, Jedida.
Balance it.
Yeah. Stop.
Balancing.
Okay,
wow,
now.
A relief.
Very good. There's no relief now. Now, this is the worst part. Okay? Take your chair out. We're going to do dancing chairs now. Take your chair out and you're going to dance. I'll put off the music and whoever does not sit at that point, wahala deo. You know dancing chairs now, don't you? So find a way to do this.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. You think you can? There are a lot of things you can do. Let me play. Okay. I want to see. Oh, where's nobody?
We are Malians. We are Malians.
No, leave. Okay, let's go. You have to dance around the chair.
I want to dance around the chair.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, chair.
Yeah. I caught you there. I caught you, Dixon. I caught you. Let's go back. Go around the chair, Dixon.
What?
Go around the chair, Buku. Don't play that 419 with me. Go around the chair. Nobody, 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 nobody. Can I ask you, tell me what you think I was trying to do and relate it to what we've been talking about. Just tell me
trying to play with
what
the mind.
You think my mind is playing tricks on me. So tell me what you think I am trying to do. I'm trying to get, what exercise do you think about now? Even if you are off mic, even if you are off participants, you can talk. Oh, yes.
Trying to get us to just be. Just be in the moment and take it all in.
Okay, that's a possibility. Yeah, that's a possibility. Okay, there's no defined answer for it. Just take note. That's a possibility. Dixon, I'm sure it's almost like 4 o'clock where you are now. Yeah.
Okay, I think you was trying to, for my side, to see how do I master my environment, my space, how do I use it? Yeah,
okay. Take note, be in the moment, enjoy that moment. And Dixon is saying how you can master your space. Okay. Chioma.
So you are trying to see how many people will actually obey that rule or something like that. And how fast we respond to lines.
Okay, that's a possibility also. How you respond to your lines, how you obey the director, how, yes, that's a possibility also. Okay. Ibukun.
I think you were trying to get us to free ourselves again and get comfortable with this class.
To get off, to play yourselves again and get comfortable with class. Okay, it's a laughing matter. Okay, you refused to laugh the last time. Okay, Buki.
One, diffusing, we've been listening and doing works and getting comfortable was number one. Two, so when you said get ready to sit down when the music pauses, so it's anticipating the next move when the music will stop. So your heart is, you're getting ready, your heart is beating. Then three, just enjoying ourselves basically. That said, okay, maybe they can't dance or something, but enjoying it really and being a child out for it.
Okay. Remember when we started, I mentioned about when you encounter the camera, as it were, there's this thing about okay, let me try and find out how to do this. If you wear new clothes sometimes, do you know how it feels like walking down the street and people recognize that you're wearing these clothes for the first time? Do you have this feeling? Even if they're not looking at you, you say, oh, I think they are looking at me. I think they are looking at me. But the minute you get into the rhythm, that's how I see a role. There's a musicality about how we see roles, but we never think about it in that direction. That's a possibility. There's a musicality about how we see roles, how we imagine roles. There's a certain music that you like. Play that music to think about your role. Music has got a heartbeat, and music has also got many heartbeats. Music has a life. It starts and it ends somewhere. But it can't play flat. Your heart doesn't play flat. It beats. If there's fear, how would your heart beat? If there's joy, excitement, how would your heart be? If you're sleeping, how would your heart beat? If you're in the midst of people, friends and fools, how would your heart beat? That's life. And that's how roles are and the characters that we imagine. So musicality in accepting that character of yours becomes very poignant, as it were, at this point. Just imagine when you were dancing around. Sometimes you felt tired. Maybe you don't enjoy the music. But if it was something that you liked, you would dance with it. But you're also thinking too that somebody is watching me and I can't dance in the person's presence. That's the camera on you. That's the camera on you. Why can't you dance to the music? Why can't you play the role in front of other people? That's the beauty. Practice makes perfect. This is my role. You don't need to like the character. You need to accept the character. Music would make you accept that. Just think about a music that goes with the role. Think about a music that goes with the character. Bam! You would accept it immediately. No, it takes time for you. So don't rush into it. There are many possibilities here. There are many angles in which you can look at it. But the most for me is to think about the music in the language, the music in how I speak, the music in how I use my body, the music in how I turn my head, the music in how I shut my eyes, the music in how I sigh, the music in how I saunter, how I walk, how I waltz, the music in how I sob, the music in how I cry, the music in how I relive the moment. There are various ways. Attach music to it. Think about Tom and Jerry. No speech, just music. Imagine yourself looking at children, whether it is mommy, calm down, mommy, calm down. In crying, that young child brings you closer. In the child's crying, draws you closer. There's a catharsis where you say, this boy is funny. And there's another point where you say, I accept this young man. Learn from that small boy. Every piece of material that comes your way, record it. When I was asking Bright a few moments ago, where do you live? There were certain details that were missing. Even if it was fictional, tell me in a convincing manner. Because that's how it is. We all can't speak the same way. It's impossible. But we all can have different beats in that composition. And when we put those beats together, we create a symphony. When we put those beats together, we create a harmony. We all can blow hot. We all can take the space, but we all can have our different spaces. We all can't be dancing. Is that Zoom bombing or is that French?
Oh, my data just. Oh, yeah.
Take your video off, and then it won't take your data.
Okay.
Yeah, take your video off. So we need to begin to accept and see these possibilities. We need to begin to accept and see these possibilities. I am talking too much. You have danced, I haven't danced, but I have danced mine. Any questions, please? Any questions about what we have done today? Any questions? I didn't allow you to take a break, but any questions? You're going to get a mail from Umbarino asking you questions. Please, as much as possible, if it's possible, for you to answer those questions so that we can get feedback. Okay? Any questions? Ask me now forever.
So, can I ask a question, sir?
Of course you can ask a question, Uncle Bright.
Please, what is the difference between subtext and super sub? There's a word you use for it. Super subtext or something.
No, I was just saying a contextual subtext.
Contextual
subtext. No, it's just my word. All those baby grammar sometimes don't do. So let me think about what you think when you say subtext. What do you think when you say subtext? It's the text that is not defined by the writer that you create yourself.
Yeah.
And there are different types of text. It's how you make the text that subtext. But it's something that you don't see. It's something that you create yourself. And that's why I asked earlier, if you remember, I said, I don't know if you had come in then, I was talking about what's the word now? About questioning your role does not mean you are doubting it. Question it. It's like questioning your faith. Oh, why do I believe this? Why? Does not mean you doubt that belief. It means that if you know why you believe it, you believe more.
More.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's that,
yes,
is that hunger for asking more and more questions. There's no answer. I can ask you now to ask me any question at all. I take the persona of okay, I am a profession. Tell me something that you think I should be.
An actor.
No, that's too common. I can do that. Tell me something else.
You're the head of the mafia.
Mafia? For where? For Nigeria? Yay!
Okay, a drug cartel. Dixon. A drug cartel.
Hey, God, drug cartel. Where again? Okay. My house is on Allen Avenue. My first house is on Allen Avenue. When Allen Avenue was known as Cocaine Avenue. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to go into drugs, but it just came. And of course, there was Gloria Okon then. Nobody knew how she died. Dele Giwa felt he was too smart to want to investigate us. Sadly, he met his untimely death. How he died, I do not know. They say it was a bomb blast. I don't know, but I know I became legit years later. And so some of the big buildings you find on Allen, we built it. We built it with drug money. Was now, well, you know, we're providing jobs, aren't we? We're giving jobs to people. Doesn't matter. A little snot will help you. What else do you want to know? Oh, my name? NDLE will know me if I tell you my name. I will remain anonymous at this point. No, I'm not going to Banana Island. I like to remain incognito, so in Lekki. Don't worry, no helicopter will come into my place. So I reject it. You know, so even if my house is there, it's maybe it's where that happens. Salvation. No. I'm on Allen. Where on Allen, I do not know. If you know Oshofi Plaza, or if you know Ivy School, or if you know Shole Hospital, or if you know where, okay, my house is around there somewhere. What else? Questions? The point I'm making is that for every material that you encounter, for every material that you read, for everything that you see, let it become a beacon for you in looking at a role, in accepting a role. Every material that you find is not useless. For an actor, you have to be a good reader. It doesn't mean you can't be a good reader if you don't know how to read and understand English. But in this world nowadays, you probably need to have that. When I was asking you guys the language that you dream in, this is where I was coming to. It's where and which worlds that you are comfortable with. My brother Dixon, Michael Dixon, he's talking from Arusha, or probably somewhere in Dar es Salaam. So when you encounter Dixon here now, do you make friends with him? When you encounter Bukola here now, do you make friends with her? Because we're in a cohort. And we now begin to develop a friendship that will make us understand our roles better, because it's a network that we're building. I don't know it all. We're all learners. That's the beauty about acting. I told a couple of guys Sunday, and I was in a workshop in a film festival, and I said, all you guys, check this out. I asked the bar, well, I don't know what they call them. They call them barmen here or something. I said, please take an order. And the guy comes in and is taking orders. And then he comes to me. And do you know what he didn't have? He didn't have a check with him. A check, not written check, a small pad where he takes notes of the orders. How? How is he going to memorize them? That's why his brain sharp. So after he was done, he left. And I called him back and I told the gathering, I said, this guy I will not employ because he's not been trained. That's the same thing with acting. He's not been trained. How does a waiter behave? I learned something waiting. You can never put your hands in front of you. It's combative. It has to be behind. This is combative. But nurses can do that. Doctors can do that. Policemen can do that. That's protective. Do you get what I'm saying? But for a restaurant, your hands can't be like that. It means that you don't want people to come into the restaurant. And because too, your hands cannot be inside your penis pockets, except you are taking out your check and your pen. These small details are the stuff that I'm asking you to think about. These minute, supposedly trivial details. You need to be trained. I don't enter Taxifier because they are not trained drivers. So trained, but Uber does train. I'm not advertising. They are trained does not mean you have to take 10 years. No, it means that you have to learn the basic things. How do you cook in the kitchen, for instance? How? Just to be a cook. I'm not talking about specialized things like doctors and all of that. Just think about them when you watch films nowadays and see how doctors behave on our screens, and then go to the hospital proper and take a survey, a visual survey of 4 doctors or nurses. See the shoes that they are wearing. The shoes can never be shoes that are slippery. They have to have grip because of safety. How do they have the stethoscope around their neck? Or do they put them in their pockets? Why would it be around the neck? Because immediately you can take it off. Or why would it be in the pocket? So think about all of this. Why do they do this? That's the questioning. Why is it done this way? These are questions that you need to continually ask yourself. Remember what they said about Sanwo-Olu? That's his name, right? They called him Pointillicious. Pointillicious. Pontius Pilate. Who found that out? Somebody took photographs of him always pointing. That's about being forensic. That's about being cerebral. That's the job of an actor. So if I was going to play Sanwo-Olu, this my hand, it must come out too. But when you Nigerians started yabbing the young man, the man stopped pointing. But he will not stop pointing inside his own house. Have you ever thought about it? I was with a group of people working like this. Do you know what Trump wears when he's inside his bedroom? Does he wear a suit? Or does he wear boxers? And does he sit and argue with his body? What language does he speak then? That's the beauty of acting for the screen. Because the camera takes us into your inner world, your mind, goes into our heads, and brings what's in there out. It just does what? A section. What's in there? I can see the very acne. It's those details, those minute details that the screen actor needs to take into cognizance. Don't hide behind words. Hide behind actions. Hide behind movements. Don't hide behind words. Don't hide behind gestures. They are decorations. Present your emotions. What are your emotions? Compassion, empathy, sympathy, pathos, pity. How do you walk to the office? If you check your rhythm, you would see that there's that same musicality about it. How I walk, how I eat, how I pray, how I wake up, how I open the door, how I take my keys out. It's those habits of yours that you put into your role and you do not know. But you see, when you put them into your role and your character, you now refine them. So for me, brides, that becomes the subtextual. I refine it because it was not written there for. It was. Yeah. It's Israel playing a certain role. I think I'm talking too much. Any questions? We didn't take a break, so we'll close in 15 minutes.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Okay. So sometimes I find that one's personality, individual personality, gets in the way of allowing you to express your role to the fullest. For example, if you're a very tough person naturally, and you're playing this extremely sensitive, soft character.
Right.
And you sometimes fall into the trap of judging, superimposing your own personal personality, judging that character. That why is that character so soft? So you start trying to interpret the character in a different way. Are there strategies or are there things one can do to block that?
Next month we're going to it'll be an in-person thing, and obviously it'll be paying. We're going to do something on intimacy playing and intimacy acting, or intimacy directing also, but for the actor basically. And one of the things that I would say with this is I would go from something to nothing. I hope you appreciate this. I encountered an actor who okay, I wish I have the script here. There are a few instances. One, she's Jehovah's Witness. And she wouldn't sing the Christmas carol. So there's an ethical issue there.
Sure.
Okay. I've seen people, actors, and they can't use the swear words. Okay. There's this actress in India recently who was asked to come and audition for Money Heist, because there's a new character in Money Heist, Bombay or Mumbai. And she says, no, I can't say swear words. I can't say swear words. So she's off the table. So I think that's the kind of thing that you're talking about. Having to, like, it's some form of distillation, as it were. And I would only advise that you don't force yourself into it.
Okay.
That you don't force yourself into it, because it's one area I'm actually looking at in terms of my research. There are a couple of, I asked a question recently. You are taught how to immerse yourself in a role, but you're not taught how to distill yourself of that role or that character. Do you get what I'm saying? So there's always a bad vibe, so to speak, moving along with the role. So you need to be very careful, and you need to look at it deductively. And it's a personal thing, like I'm saying. If it doesn't fit, don't wear it. That's my advice. If it doesn't fit, don't wear it. Because I would see a disconnection later. Someone once told me about this person. They were doing a play, really, Tornado Full of Dreams. And because she wanted to actually incarnate the role, she goes to find out the very incantations that these priestess, they do. And so on stage, she lost it. And she was in trance. So it had to take somebody from the audience at UI to go there and if I priest to say, oh, this young woman is doing something else. So let's take her. That is how I see a role, really. Because you, at that point, you're no longer you are somebody else. But you see, there are two things I accept. And it's the fact that the Catholic Church, for instance, talks about possession as something that you can't control. You can't control it. That's when you say somebody is possessed. You can't control it. So you need an exorcist. In the same way, too, I see the actor. Once he's in a role, he can't control it. So the exorcists come to take that out of him. So the trainer, the coach, the director takes that out of him and say, this is yourself back. So it takes a lot of practice. But if you can't wear it, if you can't fit in, don't wear it at all. However, practice makes perfect. Because you're not comfortable with it initially, you definitely have teething problems. But as you manage it, you get into it. And that's where I see in this part of the world, you don't have coaches. People just go into a role and think they can do it themselves. No, it doesn't happen, especially when they get very difficult. I'll tell you a situation that I had recently. Okay, so this woman is working with actors in Hollywood, and they don't know how to ride horses, but they've been cast for, and so she needed to now make these actors be on the horses. To be on a horse is not difficult too, but can you also talk while the horse is walking? So that's what she now had to do to make them talk. the two people on their horses. As they mount their horses, that's another ball game entirely. They are good, so we need to train them on how to ride on horses, how to speak on horses, which is something else. Remember when Joshua was trying to come here, was it Joshua earlier, come into the house? And I said, speak, put your hands in your pocket and all of that. These are small things that you don't do. Because you are talking, you think that there's everything. What if you're not talking? What if you are not talking? Those rules are even very simple. Imagine you open the window and you see people walking on the streets, or you're in your car and you see people walking. Have you ever bothered to say, what is this policeman telling the other person? You only just see their lips move, but you don't know what they're saying. It's those small bits that I say you take notes of, and you now put them together to probably get out of this situation that you find yourself, Falekemi. They become very, very relevant. The notes that you take. You see people walking, and they're walking with crutches. You see some of them, they are blind. You see some of them, they probably have one kind of illness or the other. How do they move in their world? You empathize with them does not mean you sympathize with them. You empathize with them. You have pathos does not mean you have pity. You just take that part, like I said about Frankenstein, and you imbue it and use it. Not everybody can do it. There are certain roles that you can play. And I shock you the more. I was doing something with somebody, and she needed to use a broom. Okay, she was head of a fellowship. She needed to take a broom and hit the man between his legs. You know, the very private part and the genitalia is around there. And this young man is tying wrapper. The man is there. But I would go and meet the young man. I said, guy, this girl is refusing to do this. She likes, she does it. She likes, she doesn't do it. Don't just even bother yourself at all. I go back and meet this young woman. I say, I need you to do this. This man is expecting it, so don't worry about it. The man wasn't expecting it. And the minute he hit this guy, the guy goes ballistics. And the lines were supposed to be, and you think yourself a man, go ask other men. They will tell you the difference between a chewing stick and a walking stick. Look, when she left, she was crying because she was saying to herself, so my fellowship people have seen me now use this on somebody's where? Oh my God, how would I feel? But seriously, they weren't concerned about that. They were concerned about the fact that she had done a brilliant job. So it took some sense in me to go inside and calm the young woman, because I knew prior to the time the kind of situation she would have. Or people will say she needed therapy. Okay, so it's that kind of situation I'm talking about. There has to be somebody there that would help you get into that part and also help you get out of that part. If there's none, I would say don't wear it. Because if you can't tolerate it, don't. And I think it's happening with some of us here. We get very stereotypical, and then we get into it. And every time they are playing any role, they'll say, go and bring this person. And before you know it, you become like a cliche actor. If you cannot play other roles, you are in this kind of situation that you have asked me now, you must be able to fit yourself into many roles as much as possible and not be tied to one, because you have a lot of possibilities behind of you, in front of you, and around of you. You have to be comfortable dancing around the chair. And when the music stops, I expect you to sit down on that chair and play the role. I hope I've answered your questions, or I've opened other possibilities for you. Any more questions?
Certainly. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Any questions, please? Any questions?
Yes, I have a question here, please.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. You have taught me something very important on how I can approach, how I can approach a character from different perspective and to choose one, right?
Yes.
And I have come to understand.
Don't choose one. Don't choose one. Choose two. Choose three.
Be versatile.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going there to my question. And I have understood as an actor that sometimes a text is my greatest enemy because the way I see it is different. I can just take the line, but there are a lot behind it, right?
Yes.
So sometimes as an actor, when I get the line, I'm in a role. I get the scene. I want to make the moment perfect, but due to your explanation, I have to do it spontaneously to make it as it is. So how do I beat that ego that wants me to make the moment perfect instead of getting the scene as it is and flowing with the mood of the scene? There's some ego in me sometimes. I want to make this perfect. So at the end, it's become overacting or something else. How do I beat that fear, that ego that wants me to make the moment perfect instead of making the moment as it is? That's my question, sir.
If I understand you clearly, I think that being spontaneous does not mean you being instantaneous, if I understand you perfectly. And Michael, I'm going to tell you this. There's no one way to approaching a role. There's no one way at all. You see, the minute you left this screen, for instance, and you logged out, I don't know who I'm talking to. I can only see Chioma and Garuba. Do you know what? But in my head, I imagine that you are still there and I'm speaking to you directly. But I know that you are listening to me. So you caught me off guard by going off the screen. But I have to continue talking. That's the spontaneous. Don't come back again. But this is good exercise. The point I'm making is this. You take a text, but you see, you don't come in the first time to do it. You've been practicing for it. You've been practicing for it. And a role takes practice, rehearsal. There are certain things that some of us have done just to play a certain role. So who are you playing, for instance, Dixon, in that particular role? Give me a situation. Who are you playing? Who are you playing?
Okay.
Who are you? Let's say you are Dixon. You're not playing Dixon. You're playing Ibrahim Hussein. You're playing Ibrahim Hussein.
Yeah.
Okay. You were part of the Maji war. Okay. What kind of warrior was I? Did I lose an arm in the first war? Were the Germans there before now? Is my wife part of this scheme to make my powers less? All of these questions you're asking yourself before you start. You've read the script. And then you now begin to write notes down, possibilities, questions upon questions. And those questions must come. They are your markers. They must come. You see, when you're going down the road, you always see landmarks. This thing takes you to this direction. But if you don't ask questions, that's it. If you fail to cry out, you will die unheard. So even if it is spontaneous, there's also a knowledge that is residual, isn't it? You have to explore all these possibilities, and you'll be surprised that as you do it continuously and consistently and deliberately, it gets better. It gets better. And don't forget one part. Nobody goes to cook and say, okay, we'll put this. You have to learn it, isn't it? You have to learn how to cook. The way you cook ugali in Tanzania is different from the way they cook ugali in Nairobi, isn't it? Right? They put a certain type of spice here. They cook it for a certain.
I have a question, sir.
Yeah, and I want to say this. You're going to get a mail, obviously, after now. And we'll move ahead from there. But like I said, Umbarino has made this possible. You can follow them on IG. You can be part of the Umbarino forum. And there are more of this to come. Some of them will be paying. Some of them will be free, as it were. Yeah. Yes, what's the question, sir?
Okay. Please, I want to know how to counter and how an actor should be able to counter his fear of not being that good enough to his viewers. I
think you are good. you have to accept first that you are good before you can present to others. I think you are good. I think some of us, sometimes what we do is that we like to play some other person. Okay, so that's why the exercise that we did earlier, you would see that exercise, for instance, where we're asking questions. If you don't ask those questions, it will become very difficult. And the questions are not far-fetched. Who are you? Who am I? Who do I want to be? How do I want to be? The word is just be. Just be. That's just it. Just be. And just be, take different moments. So if you are a doctor, just be. If you are a father, just be. And I will give you a very pedestrian example. I like to watch small children playing. Just watch them. Watch them. They don't force themselves to play. They just play. So just be. It sounds very simple, but look at the children when they are playing. Am I speaking with Bright?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there's what they call a mababa, isn't it? Lamte knows what I'm saying, a mababa. There's what they call a mababa. Children's play. They will take tin from this thing and say, oh, this one is sticks. They'll break brooms and say, this one is, we're making fire and all that.
Fire. Yeah.
Why do you say they are making fire? Why do you accept it? Because there's a contract, an artistic contract that you are seeing there. Oh, they are making fire. Effortlessly. Did they go to any school? No. It is constant playing every day. Okay. Constant playing. And when we started just now, I said, when you said dance, they just dance. They are not shy. Why can't you do the same? I think that Ibuko is still there listening to me and hearing me. Just enjoy yourself. There is no big deal, but practice makes perfect. Take roles that do not have words. Watch the guys at Ring Road.
Yeah.
If you want to see, go and read Act Without Words by Samuel Beckett. No words, just see the action. See the action. Let the action be. Don't hide behind words. That's what we are always doing. And I'm talking too much
Sorry, please,
now.
what do you call the author's name again?
Samuel Beckett's Act Without Words,
Okay.
1 and 2.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any questions? I think Chuma might want to say a few things, I reckon, or Julia, or Benita. They might want to say a few things before they sign out. Well, yeah. Because we've done without a break, and I can congratulate everybody who is part of this experience. You can follow me on IG, even if I don't talk too much, and you can ask me questions there, and we can move ahead.